Thank you. I'm Mr. Lehner, and welcome back to Mr. Lehner's Math Extravaganza as we bust into Investigation 2 and Decimal Ops. So far, you've worked with different operations that have dealt with ratios and finding unit rates in our first part of this unit. In this unit, in this investigation of this unit, we're going to focus on adding and subtracting decimals. And today, we're just going to focus on the adding part of our decimals and kind of see where we're at in terms of that operation. Let's take a look at an example problem that involves a little bit of sprinting in track. In this problem, it says Jack runs 200 meters. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with track, 200 meters is halfway around a full lap on a track. A track, one lap round is 400 meters, so 200 meters is halfway around the track. So Jack runs 200 meters in 23.14 seconds. Mike runs 200 meters in 25.27 seconds. If Mike and Jack run a 400 meter relay race, how long would you expect it to take them? So, a couple different things. When looking at my decimals, we can use place values to read this as well. I could call this 23 and 14 hundredths, and we're working with seconds. Or I could say 25 and 27 hundredths. Again, remember, every time we use our place value, we take a look at where our numbers end in the place value, and we also look at that little decimal point to tell us the word and. So just a quick reminder of how to say those two numbers. These two guys, Mike and Jack, are kind of running a 400 meter race. So imagine they're getting ready. The gun goes off. They start running. The first one, Jack's going to run his first 200 meters. He's then going to kind of hand off the baton to Mike, and Mike's going to sprint the last 200 meters. If they keep the same time that they had in their previous races, we're going to try and find out how long it would take them together to run 400 meters or once around the track. So to do this, the operation we're going to focus on is addition. We're going to add. We're going to add Jack's time of 23 and 14 hundredths and add Mike's time of 25 and 27 hundredths. So if I add these two decimals together, it's going to equal 48 and 41 hundredths for seconds in terms of how long it's going to take them to run this race. If Mike and Jack run a 400 meter race together, I would expect it to take them 48.41 seconds. So again, I used addition. I added up both of the decimals to get the total amount of time it would take them to complete this race. So maybe if you're doing the pacer test in gym, or you're doing a 50-yard dash, or maybe you're in track yourself, you can kind of compare this. Think about it. If you and a friend run a 100-meter dash, a 50-yard dash, you can compare times and figure out how long it would take you guys together to run a longer race. So just an idea to kind of check and apply it to yourself. All right, your turn. I'm kind of using a little basketball example here. Go figure, shooting some jump shots out here. Tamer and Eric averaged 23.4 points together for the Prairie Junior High basketball team. So that's how much they average per game. If the rest of the team averages 38.9 points per game, how much does the team average each game? So again, I know you already have your calculator, you got the pencil and paper ready to go. Go ahead, pause this video and let's see what you guys come up with for our basketball problem today. Okay, again, we're focusing here on our problem. We're looking at our Prairie team here. We have two players. We know how much these two players average a game, and I know what the rest of the team averages a game. What am I trying to find out? I'm trying to find out how much does a team average each game. So when I look at this problem, I'm going to use addition. I'm going to add up my decimals to find a total here. So I'm going to take what Tamer and Eric average, which is 23 and 4/10 points per game, plus what the rest of the team averages, which is 38 and 9/10 points per game, which is going to equal 62.3 points per game. The Prairie Junior High Hawks will average 62.3 points per game because, and I've shown my work here, there's my number sets, I've added it out, and I've put my unit on the end. So again, if I was looking at these scores, I would expect, if I were to go watch the Prairie Junior High Hawks, who were champions, by the way, this year, if I were to go watch a game that they had, I would expect them to score somewhere around 62.3 points per game because that's their average. It's not what they score every time, but usually they'll be around that score. If I was specifically watching Tamer and Eric play, I might look and see, hey, combined, their points are going to be close to 23 or 24 points in that game on average. Now, we're not into percents here yet, but I could also use this information to help me figure out how much percentage does Tamara and Eric account for of the team's total points, but that'll be coming up in a later investigation through our CMP unit. Thank you for a nice slam dunk edition of Mr. Learner's Math Extravaganza, and as always, we'll see you next time.